Welcome. If you've stumbled across this video, I trust and know that there are powerful insights and breakthroughs here for you. Let's start to crumble and break through what our attention span only lasts 3 seconds. Okay, you're exaggerating that problem if you keep repeating that narrative, that story. So I offer you, challenge you to listen to the entire video because these are gonna build upon each other, and the very last one might be your greatest, your biggest one. And I've intended that only the people who are meant to find this will. So trust in your pull to watch this, listen to this, integrate this. And thank you, universe, for bringing us together. I'm going to share insights, breakthroughs, aha moments that I've received, I've channeled, or life, universe, God has gifted me, and I'm pulled to share them with you. And I'm trusting and honoring that pull. So if you see me looking down, I record them in my phone's notes section because I'll be out and about and it will just come through and it says, it pours out of me and I type it out. And even when I share things with you here, feel in your body and what resonates truth for you, because not everything I say is going to, and there's nuances and iterations for everything. So don't take everything so black and white. Run it through your own guidance system and feel into it. And this will also allow you to reconnect to yourself, your intuition. So this is a beautiful video to practice connecting to yourself, not only as you are gaining insights and breakthroughs. The hard things are what need to be talked about. Scary things are what need to be talked about. How many times has someone done something or did something and hit you the wrong way, rubbed you the wrong way, and then you have the courage, the bravery to ask them, hey, what did you mean by this? And it was completely misconstrued, miscommunication, and it was cleared up. Well, how many times do you think that's happened to you, where you said or did something that didn't land with someone, and our closest friends, our family members, are too scared to talk to us about it, and they go around and tell everyone else, talk to everyone else, and yes, there's a place to vent, but they talk to everyone else about it except for you. Then they create their own stories and their own narratives. I know you've done this too, right? So have I. And the bitterness and the resentment that we hold in our bodies for things that we didn't even speak or ask for clarification on, well, no wonder there's massive social anxiety, because there's people that are like, oh my gosh, like how I said or what I did, are people going to take it the way I intended it? Guess what? People are going to process things based on their past, their childhood, their triggers, their trauma, their wounds. That's not our, eating my hair. That's not our responsibility, but we also have to take responsibility. And just as we would ask for the grace and space for someone to come to us and be brave and courage to ask us, what did you really mean by that? That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Can I get clarification on that? You get to do that for others as well. So remember, the hard things, the scary things are what's meant to be talked about. And this is another powerful insight for you. Trust the words will always come. Even if you have to say that on repeat, I trust the words will always come. They will. Trust the words will always come. This was super supportive for me when I'm making these videos, when I'm creating on social media, where I feel so pulled and called to. If someone were to comment something or say something mean, or someone bring it up in conversation, like I was avoiding and dimming my light and dimming my work because I was like, what if I don't know what to say? But trusting, I'll always know what to say. The words will always come, the insights will always come, and just trusting and knowing that has been so supportive for me to show up authentically, trust and know no matter what life gifts me, throws at me, I will know what to say. Defining success. If you don't define success, like we all say, I want to be successful, I want to be successful. But what does success mean? If you don't define it, society will define it for you. So I got really clear and contemplated, what does success actually mean to me? And when I felt into it, it was my gifts being well rewarded. Sharing my gifts and being well rewarded. Sharing my gifts in content like this, one-on-one with clients, group programs, sharing for free, sharing paid, but being well rewarded, trusting that the abundance will come in the forms and the ways, the expected and unexpected ways it's meant to. So what does success mean to you? What is your definition of success? If you don't have it, again, it's kind of like floating and you're not grounded, you're not anchored into that. This is especially helpful for people who are starting out in a new venture, a new business, and they're not yet getting paid financially for it, trusting that as you share your gifts, you will be well rewarded. Make that a belief. Connect my gifts being rewarded and trust in abundant blessings in divine right timing. I've also anchored that into my reality. The number 222, when I looked that up, I asked, because there's so much information on the internet, right? And I was like, okay, there's way too much here. So universe, let's connect. When you show me that number, as I read up on it, something's gonna pop out, and that's what 222 is gonna mean for me. And I read one thing, and it was one line, and it just hit and resonated truth within me. So tune in and feel when you're looking up and reading about signs and angel numbers. Feel into your body, and what resonates truth, you'll feel it. It's like a tingling, it's like a buzzing, it's a knowingness that's beyond mind. It's in your heart, it's in your body, it's in your being. So 222 means, to me, I receive abundant blessings in divine right timing. So anytime the universe shows me that, it's a reminder. And abundant blessings can be money, can be love, abundance is anything and everything, joy, adventures. And of course, I want it to come in divine right timing, because if it doesn't come in divine right timing, do I have the bandwidth, the capacity to have and hold these abundant blessings? Have I learned the lessons? Can the Maegan in this now have and hold the abundant blessings? Of course we want it in divine right timing. If we have everything in this now, there's so much goodness, lessons, wisdoms, insights that we wouldn't have gained for the journey to receive. Another insight for success is giving no one the power to hold the keys to your success. And this was gifted to me by a really dear friend, Michael Edwards, when I was explaining to him some of my fears and worries around success and people. And he's like, don't give anyone the keys to your success. You hold the keys. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's so powerful. No one has power over my destiny. No mistake, no person, no mistake, no failure holds the keys to my success, can alter my destiny. I hold it. Mistakes don't define you, they refine you. So remember, you hold the keys to your success. Do not give them away to people, to your past, to past failures or mistakes. You are that powerful. And a powerful money code is, I love money and I'm not mad about it. I'm building wealth and I'm not gonna feel bad for it. Claiming your desires. And guess what? Money is a part of everything in life. And I was so scared to talk about money. And of course, the first channeled group program that comes through me to share publicly with the world is an Unexpected Money MasterCODE. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to talk about money. That's so scary. It's so taboo. People are going to think I'm all about money, and people are going to think this and that about me. And it was like, okay, you know what? Actually, that just brought up a lot of my limiting beliefs and fears to process, because if you can't claim your desires of what you want, and money being one of them, because until you have the money, it's all about the money. What you decide that you do or don't do, shop, spend, eat, travel, gift, give, loan, is all about the money, about the price tag that comes with it, until there's true abundance. So why would you not let yourself claim it? Well, let me tell you, because a lot of limiting beliefs and fears and worries in your childhood programming. So actually, if you want to work through that, the program I told you I channeled about that I was like, I actually was called to share it for free. So you can immerse before you invest and really do subconscious work, clear fears and worries and doubts around having money, holding money, clearing wealth blocks. Your money programming is set before the age of 7, because you're just a subconscious mind then. So your money blueprint, it's already done. So if you live paycheck to paycheck, if not having money is normal for you, this is familiar. This is just your money blueprinting. And guess what? You can shift and you can change that. So I'll leave the link in the description below for you to join. Setting boundaries. Boundaries are really talked about, but what is the context here? You can have boundaries in work, boundaries with friendships, boundaries with family members. I have boundaries in my vocation, in my work that I offer. As RTT and clinical hypnotherapist, I would do this work for free because I love it so much. But if I were to do it for free, then I would have to go work something else so that I could do what I'm gifted at for free, and then I would be exhausted when I'm actually giving my gifts for free. So of course, charge for your gifts. Your gifts are worthy of compensation. And with friends, I was like, oh, I really would want to do it for free. But again, there's this accountability piece. So I really set a firm boundary that my friends still have to invest in my services, in the service that they're requesting, and it holds them accountable for the process. And that was so hard for me to do at first, and putting out boundaries are really hard at first, but you have to really feel into that. Is that in alignment with you? It's not like I'm just setting this boundary and setting this boundary and setting this boundary. It's like I really put a lot of contemplative thought into what my boundaries are and then expressed it. I love this insight. Deep remembrance. In your heart, there is a deep remembrance of your enoughness, of your worthiness. When you were born, when you came here, you were full of potential. You knew you were enough to be loved and held and cared for. You knew you were worthy of love. That's why you would cry and demand attention whenever you were hungry, wanted to be held, cuddled. You were born with this. And then society and the world, parents, our upbringing chips away at our worthiness and our enoughness. And then we grow up feeling, and we carry this into adulthood, feeling like I have to do this, and this to be loved. I have to do this, and this to be loved in a friendship. I have to do this, and this to be worthy of this money, worthy of love, worthy of joy, worthy of fun. Bring your hands to your heart, and the truth lives within your heart. And may it be a deep remembrance that each time you bring your hand to your heart, you can reconnect to your enoughness, your worthiness. I love that. When I started coming out publicly to the world about my gifts and my vocation as RTT and clinical hypnotherapist, business side of things, didn't really know, didn't really understand. So all the 3D old paradigm way of being in business, I had to clear out. And the word like promote or like try before you buy, I don't like any of that. Immerse before you invest. And promote, I don't even like that. I like the word invite, because I'm inviting you into my world. I'm inviting you with each post. I'm inviting you with each creation I make, whether that be free content, paid program. I'm inviting you into my world with the gifts that I have to share and be a part of your journey. And I don't want everyone to the party, just like an invitation to a party. You don't want everyone to come. You don't want people who are gonna wreck the house and like make fun of your party and hate being at the party. You only want to invite the people who actually want to be there. So with this, you want to attract and repel people. I used to be like, no, I need everybody to like me and everybody to get what I say and everybody to understand what I do. No, I want to repel the people who don't want to get it, who want to remain ignorant, who would make fun of it. Repel. And I desire to attract the people who feel the pull, crave the insights, love the insights that I share. So remember, you're meant to attract and repel people, and notice when you're engaging in practices that are very old paradigm 3D ways, and you'll just feel icky. If it feels icky to do it, even if someone very successful said, do it this way, trust your intuition, trust your internal guidance system, and feel into what the way is for you. Ooh, I really like this one. When you hear, just forget the past, forget about it, that's suppression. Instead, heal, process, or cherish the past. This is such a good one too. When you're manifesting, when you desire something, when you have a goal or a target, we hear this all the time. Attachment is the root of all suffering. I feel like there's a missing piece to that. Okay, well, if I'm not attached to my goals, my dreams, my manifestations, my targets, then what? It's kind of like you're floating again in space versus connected to your dreams, goals, manifestations, and dreams, a connection. So not attached to how it's going to unfold, transpire, come into fruition, but remaining connected to the desire. I'm connected to being a YouTuber, connected to the vocation that I feel pulled to be offering the world. I am not attached to how it's going to look, how it's going to come about, the timeline of things. I've desired to be on YouTube for years, and I never felt so connected to my way, again, because I was listening to all the people, do it this way, do it that way, and then, until I really sat with myself and asked my higher self, my angels and guides, gift me my way. And I want to show that you get to be successful and enjoy your unique aligned way. And yes, you can take on insights and wisdoms and lessons from others, but it's not going to be the exact same. It's like trying on clothes. Try on the sweater. Does it feel good? Does it fit right here? Do you like this part? This part scratchy, you don't. So clear what isn't in alignment and integrate, embody what is. I believe there are human guides. I've had many human guides in my life show up as mentors, friends, coaches, therapists, and not everything they said was holy grail. I used to put them on a pedestal and everything they said was holy grail. No, let's not do that. Equal power, but different. You're not above them. They're not below you. They're not above you. You're not below them. Vice versa, we're all equal. We can all learn and gain from each other regardless of how successful or not we are. We all bring something different and knowingness and lessons and wisdoms than the next person. So allow yourself to have connection to your dreams, goals, and desires, but not attachment. Just like you're connected to what human guides, mentors, and such may say, but you're not attached to doing it their exact way. You're not attached to every single word, because you're connected to your own intuition, your own internal guidance at the same time. Oh, love that one. Oh, this one is powerful. If you have a question, you're in a point in your life where you're like, I don't know, should I move? Should I switch careers? Should I do this? Should I do that? Live like the answers are on their way. So when we're like, I don't know, and we're this confusion and doubt space and place, we're stuck and we feel that stuck energy and we don't take action, we don't move, and we get stuck in our head. Versus if you live like the answers are on the way, how would you act? How would you operate? How would you speak? You would move through life in peace and trust, in knowing the answers are going to come and they're going to be revealed. And I can speak with personal experience. The answers always come. And if I were to just worry and question and like, oh, please, like, what's the right answer? That delays the process because you're filling up your consciousness with gunk, and what your intuition or channeled insights are meant to come through, there's no space. It's like interference, radio interference. And where this insight really stemmed from is I was asking in meditation for my angels and guides about money and abundance. And I was at a lower amount in my bank account. And what came through was act like you have an extra 100K in the bank. And I was like, okay, so how would I act if I had an extra 100K in the bank? I would maintain my bougie lifestyle with my nice car, my gorgeous apartment, eating healthy organic food, saying yes to dinners, going on trips. I would say yes based on pure desire. That is how I would live with an extra 100K in the bank. Kid you not. I don't know if it was, I can't remember the exact time frame of when I channeled this insight. I could go back in my journals and look. And then when an extra unexpected 100K actually flowed in, like literally out of thin air, came through. I was on an insurance policy I didn't even know about, and it came through $103,000 to be exact. Unexpected money. So, two things here. What you desire, live like it in this now, but obviously use your discernment. That was what was truth for me. What is your truth? Ask for what you need clarity, what you need support and help with, maybe from your higher self or divine team or God, universe, life, whatever you believe in. And you will speak, think, act, feel differently than in fear, worry, turmoil. You get to live in peace. And that internal state creates your electromagnetic signature, and that's what you cast out into the world. What you think and believe and what you feel. So when you think and believe, answers are coming, clarity is coming, and it comes, or you receive an insight and you live from that place and state, what you feel is at peace, as in trust, and that creates what you cast out to the world. For me, with the extra 100K, that was pure guidance to me, for me. And it would be really, really cool if you shared any insights, guidance, things that came through a meditation that came true for you to inspire others by your share, by your story. You know, we're really all in this together, and I love reading comments on posts and videos that are really, really powerful because it just adds more power to the message, and you get to be a part of that. So I think that's a really, really cool connection, and thank you in advance if you leave a comment. I can't wait to read them, and we're in this together, a co-creation. Oof. Levels of self. So what I've really channeled and see is that we have levels of ourself, and it just keeps going. Like levels of a game. I think of like Mario Kart, where there's different levels of the game, and each level there's different challenges, there's different things to get better at, to miss, avoid, jump, go fast here, turn there. But when you don't complete a level, you don't go down back to level 0. You restart the level. So at every level of self in life, you're gonna have different challenges, different things to overcome, different lessons to gain. And I thought I would get to a point where life would be easy. There would be no challenges. There would be nothing left because I had a very challenging childhood. So I was like, I've done my part. But actually what I've learned at each level, there are going to be different challenges to overcome. And those are part of getting better. Think of getting better at each level game. You get better at the game, and you get better at yourself at the game of life. You become a master of yourself. I always say I'm a master manifester because I've mastered myself, and I really have, and I continue to master myself. So I'll continue to become an even more master manifester. But at each level of the game, each level of your life, you will get better at each level because you've gained all those wisdoms from the levels below. So next level, Maegan, you can tune into your next level of self as well when you have that awareness. Next level, Maegan claims her desires. I used to like dim my light, dim my work, dim who I was, and not stand strong in my personal truth. I also stand strong in my personal truths. Because when I claim my desires, I give you permission to claim your desires. When I stand strong in my personal truths, I give you permission to stand strong in your personal truths. Being transparent and led by my heart. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize when I was leading by my ego. I did not even realize. And that's okay, because when you're in more of your ego and operating from it, and that's all you know, well, that's all you can see. But as you do inner work and subconscious work, and you're exposed to conversations like these, you will start to tap in to your heart. You'll be aware of the ego. And even if you look back at like some of my first videos, I was led more by my ego. And now I can really tune into my heart and my impact and mission and desire and lead from there. I really feel like that all is in my heart. And like your ego will hold you back as well. Scared, don't do this, fears, worries, right? Whereas my heart has courage and bravery, and now I actually get excited about things that used to scare me, whereas before my ego would be like, no, that's scary, we don't want to go there, stay in the comfort zone. And being transparent. Before, like I said, I was really taught like an old paradigm way of like business and selling and promoting. Oh, like I just feel icky even when I say those words. I do not align with the energy of it. And not being fully transparent, and now it's like full transparency, and I just Love it. I love the honesty, the open, the vulnerability. I mean, obviously there's nuances with that, and there's going to be areas that are not meant to be shared publicly, but in places where I feel pulled to share publicly, fully transparent. Hi, these are fake eyelashes. Ooh, a success code. And when I say code, think of like a hack in the game of Sims. And like I knew a code in the game of Sims, and that code got me massive amounts of money, abundance of money, and I got to build all the cool houses. So it's like a code to the game of life, a success code. Stop saying people are better than you, know more than you, are prettier than you, cooler than you, and that's why you're not successful. No. People are just more brave and courageous that are successful. They went and did the thing. Own who you are, claim who you are, tap into your next level of self, and tune in that they operate from a level of bravery and courage. If it's scary, I love this. Courage is the antidote to fear. So if you're feeling fear, woohoo! You've been gifted an opportunity to tap into the courage of your heart. How beautiful is that? There would not be courage without fear. So invite fear, pick up courage, and let's go. No is a full sentence, just like not my vibe. I was talking to a friend and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell them this, this, and this. And I was coming up with this like story and narrative as to explaining why I'm doing things the way I'm doing or whatnot. And yes, sometimes I can do that, but he was like, not my vibe. End of. Sometimes just to give a like, no, I'm not available to have a conversation about this. I am not available to speak on this further. No, or not my vibe. Why aren't you doing this? Not my vibe. Why aren't you friends with this person? Not my vibe. Why don't you want to go there this weekend? Not my vibe. That's being transparent versus making up a story and saying, oh, well, I'm really busy and I want to do this and then I want to do, and you're not making it up, but you're not just being transparent saying, no, not my vibe. Oh, this one is so good if you find it hard to be in the present moment, or it's hard for you to relax or do activities that's not doing, especially if you have your own business and you're like, I shouldn't be watching this movie, I should be doing work. Or if you have a very demanding job and it's like, I should be doing, or if you want to spend time with your kids, but you have something else and your mind is like, oh, get groceries and run this, and you're not actually in the present moment. First of all, note that the quality of your memories are dependent on how present you are. I don't remember huge chunks of my life because of how anxious I was. Friends will tell me all the time, oh, remember this or remember that. I'm like, no, I don't, because I had generalized anxiety, and my memories of like 27 and before are not good whatsoever at all. So remember that the quality of your memory is dependent on how present you are. If you have kids, if you're spending time with family members and you're not present because I should be doing this, I should be doing that, and you're in your head, that's sad that you're not going to have those memories because you're not going to remember the shoulds. So anchor this belief code in. Every moment I spend in alignment makes me richer. Every moment I spend in alignment with my kids makes me richer in quality of memories, richer in love, richer in joy. Rich can take on more than just money. You can be friend rich. You can be adventure rich. You can be rich in feeling alive. So every moment you spend in alignment is where you desire to be. The present is a moment of alignment. Anytime you get caught up in the shoulds and you find your mind leaving the present moment, leaving your physical body and going into projection of the future or ruminating about the past, come back to this truth, this belief code that every moment I spend in alignment makes me richer. Oh, that just like instantly brings me peace and presence. Richer in health even, because when we're so stressed out, this is what most people don't realize. The stress on your beautiful body, your internal organs and systems are taking a toll. They're working in overdrive, and you'll start to experience it in fatigue, adrenal fatigue, hair loss, inability to sleep, your natural homeostasis of your body, where all systems function optimally and appropriately, are out of whack. Because our mind is taking up so much energy and all those resources are being used up that could be using for rest and digest, heal and restore, rejuvenating of our physical body. So even richer in health. Richer in relationships, not even just with your kids, but with your friends, with your family members, with your loved ones, because you're in the present moment. I like feeling into being just rich, like money just gets to come every moment I spend in alignment. So this starts to break the old paradigm that you have to work really, really hard for money, because I desire for money to flow in from expected and unexpected sources, even when I'm not working hard, even when I'm not working, when I eat, when I sleep. So every moment, no matter if I'm driving, traveling, relaxing at the spa, I'm becoming richer. What a beautiful paradigm that is. And some might be like, you're out to lunch. That was my alarm. Got a client right away, so I'm gonna have to cut this shorter. There's so many great insights in here. I'll put them in the next video. It's gonna be once a month. And a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta do YouTube this timeline, that timeline. Again, I felt into it. Once a month, my friend, once a month. So definitely tune in next month. Well, I'll share more of these insights that I can't get to. Oh, that scared me, that alarm. I need to come back to where I was. Okay, I'm gonna share one more because this is so powerful. There's a difference between surviving fear and thriving fear. Surviving fear, you wanna run away from. Thriving fear, you wanna run into. You wanna lean into, you wanna go right into it. So what's the difference between surviving and thriving fear? Surviving fear, yeah. If there's a bear after you, if there's a snake coming at you, if the ocean is super choppy and scary, don't take your boat out on it. Go away from that, move away from that. But our body doesn't know the difference between surviving and thriving fear if our mind is being like, it's so scary to go for this job. It's so scary to start that YouTube channel. It's so scary to go after your dreams. It's so scary to start this thing. It's so scary to quit this job. It's so scary to end this relationship. Even though in your heart and your being, you're being pulled to do it, that's thriving fear. You're gonna thrive when you lean into that fear, when you go through it. Surviving fear, yeah. We are meant to have that fear so that we can remain alive. Ending a relationship, starting the new thing, doing the things that are scary is for you to thrive. So use your discernment and tune in the difference of those fears, the difference of the energy of them, and bring courage. You already have courage and bravery to run away from the things that would keep you from surviving. That's innate within you. So lean onto what's innate within you already, the bravery and the courage that works for this fear, and use it for the thriving fear. So you can experience what comes with going through the thriving fear. You're gonna thrive because of it. Whether you learn lessons, insights, wisdoms, you're thriving because of that fear and going through it. So for example, I was so scared to put out the Unexpected Money MasterCODE. Is that a surviving fear or thriving fear? Am I gonna potentially die if I put out a master course, a MasterCODE? Tune in, nope, not going to. Okay, so this is thriving fear. So this means I'm actually gonna thrive from it. I was scared, no one's gonna show up, people are gonna judge it. Well, guess what? I've had over 75 people already sign up for it, and so many great comments and insights of how impactful it's been. And if I wouldn't have done it, these people would not have been privy to it. And I wouldn't have tapped into a new level of thriving where I feel strong and powerful to speak more confidently to programs and groups. Because one-on-one, I was like, easy. But again, new level of self, wants, desires, group programs. That's what I have for you today. So excited to see you in the next video. I trust and know one or more breakthroughs and insights were supportive in this video for you. Comment below which one or ones really landed. Were like, ooh, you felt that truth, those goosebumps in your body. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear from you. Mwah! Oh, I'm not recording on my phone here, so let's just do that. These are just gonna get better and better as time goes on.